Our third and final act of this week's Extra Time. It's time to take a bite out of the Big Apple. We got an email question from Steven in San Diego who asks, what will the Red Bulls do on the left now that Dave Vandenberg is gone? Well, first of all, Steven, who knew that there were Red Bulls fans in San Diego?
They drink that Red Bull all over and they watch soccer, Major League Soccer.
Well, that's true, they do. Dave Vandenberg, he's gone on the left. They brought in DOMINIC ODURO. What do they do?
Well, Stephen, good question. What do they do on the left side? First of all, they got back speed in Oduro, so they already had Dane Richards in terms of speed.
Right.
And maybe you use a Dane Richards on the left side. Even though he's right-footed, he could cut to the inside, and speed is something that you could use on any part of the field.
Well, in many ways, actually, New York has revamped to become a team based on speed all around. You first have Oduro, obviously. You mentioned Dane Richards in there. We haven't even talked about Matt Kanji and Mabuda and a couple of other guys. First-round draft pick, Jeremy Hall, lots of speed there. David Roth. I mean, it's going to be like a track meet out there.
Yeah, it's going to be exciting, and it comes back to Juan Pablo Angel, because you can make the argument he's the best pure striker in Major League Soccer. So the
certainly
ability,
at holding up the ball, right?
Right, and that's where that speed comes into play. If they use their speed and keep it out wide, do you create more room for the best striker in the league?
But they're going to need a creative midfielder in there to help. Right? Is Rojas the answer?
Yeah, they're hoping it's Rojas. He's traditionally been a left-sided player for his country. He plays left back, left midfield. But to utilize speed, you need that guy in the middle of the field to spray the ball around.
Well, this attack could be very dynamic. Rumor is that Rojas is actually in shape right now. But the next question is, who's going to defend? You got rid of a couple guys. Jeff Park off to Seattle. Gabriel Chiquero, he's gone back to Venezuela. Two young guys as holding midfielders, Ubi Parapovic and Luke Sassano. Are they really ready to defend?
I think they are. They lost Jimenez in the back as well. But let's talk about a unit. In the back, they have central defenders. They have options. Andrew Boyens, Goldthwaite, they're playing there. They've got Mike Petke. Carlos Mendez plays there.
Seth Stamler, we didn't even mention him. Right?
Stamler. So I think collectively with 3 or 4 in the back and 2 hard men in the midfield, I think they'll be okay.
I like the pickup of Petke. You bring him home. This is a guy they really like. But behind them, behind that back four, there's still a question. Is DANNY CEPERO really ready to be the starter?
I think DANNY CEPERO was a revelation, really.
Yes,
a Cinderella run towards the end of the year in the playoffs. He's going to compete with John Conway. I think the job is up in the air. I think Conway is going to fight to get his job back.
Well, Conway still has to sit 4 more games. He can train with the team right now, but as soon as the season starts, he has to stop training. Are they going to welcome him back into the fold?
Absolutely. I think the team supports him. I think it was a mistake. I think the league took the appropriate action, but I think that's all over. So Conway's back, but if he doesn't win the starting job, well, maybe he then becomes trade bait.
That's a good point right there. Now, this team built around speed in the attack, getting a couple of old guys in the back as well for the back line. CEPERO, are they really ready to compete with Columbus or a team that I really like this year, Chicago?
Greg, I don't think there's any question. Different style for Red Bull, yes. But I think they will compete with Columbus and with Chicago.
Well, it might be a totally new New York and very exciting to watch. Well, that's all we have this week on Extra Time, but be sure to email us any questions or comments. You can email us at extratime@mlsnet.com. We'll be back in 2 weeks for our next show, and we'll kick it around.